Hola a todos, soy Patri, I'm Patri, and this is Spanish with Patri. And today I'm going to show you how to go clothes shopping in any Spanish-speaking country. Are you ready? Vámonos de compras! Let's go shopping! Okay, so there's very few things I like more than going shopping in Spain. I absolutely love it, especially in my city, in Madrid, but it can be a nerve-wracking experience if you don't speak the language. So I'm going to give you a few tips starting from the basics. Okay, so you walk into a shop. Normally, if it's a nice shop, a member of staff might approach you and say, Hola, ¿puedo ayudarle or ayudarte? Ayudarle is the polite form. Ayudarte is the informal. Puedo ayudarle, puedo ayudarte. You have two options. You can say, no gracias, solo estoy mirando. No thanks, I'm just browsing, I'm just looking around. Or you can say, sí, estoy buscando. Yes, I'm actually looking for, and you give them specific. Por ejemplo, sí, estoy buscando una camisa blanca. Yes, I'm looking for a white shirt, actually. Or, sí, estoy buscando... I normally have the picture on my phone, so I just go, estoy buscando estas botas en la talla. I'm looking for these boots in the size, da-da-da-da-da. And they might be able to help you. So, to the question, ¿puedo ayudarte or ayudarle en algo? You have two options. No, gracias. Solo estoy mirando. No thanks, I'm just browsing, I'm just looking. Or, sí, por favor, estoy buscando, I am looking for, estoy buscando, da-da-da-da-da. Whatever it is that you're looking for. Sometimes you don't have that luck that somebody approaches you when you enter the shop. I actually don't like that. I think it's quite intrusive. I'm like, leave me alone. Déjame tranquila. But a lot of people need that sometimes. And when you need the assistance, you don't find the member of staff. Okay, if you find the member of staff, you approach them and you ask them, perdona, disculpa. Excuse me, perdona, disculpa. Both mean the same. You can ask something generic like, do you sell or do you have? That would be vendéis or tenéis. Notice that I speak Castilian Spanish. Therefore, I use vosotros, okay? Vosotros means you all. It's the informal way of saying you all. However, if you go to any Latin American countries and you use vosotros, vendéis, tenéis, that's the ending for vosotros, they would be quite shocked and they would consider you quite rude because everybody calls each other, they approach each other as usted, ustedes. Even people they know, okay? Usted, ustedes. They use the formal way that we rarely use in Spain. But I'm going with Castilian Spanish. I'm quite, informal. So I'm just going to ask, vendéis, tenéis, do you sell? Do you have? Vendéis camisetas marrones? Do you have brown t-shirts? What an example. Tenéis abrigos? Do you have coats? ¿Tenéis abrigos? Or if I'm looking for something specific, I would go, perdona, disculpa. And again, I get my phone out. ¿Tenéis o tienes este vestido, this dress, en la talla, in the size? ¿Tienes? Do you have? You singular. ¿Tenéis? Do you plural have? As a shop. This dress, este vestido. En la talla, in the size, and then you say the size. You normally give them the reference, they pop, and that's it, and they find it for you. You might not be looking for a size in particular, you might just say the color. You could also say, tenéis este vestido en color blue? Do you have it in blue? Or you might be talking about shoes. Tenéis estos zapatos en la talla, in the size. Do you have these shoes in the size? En la talla, mi talla es 37, so I would go for that. You might have noticed that in those examples I've been using a lot the words este, esta, estos, estas. Those are your demonstratives and you really need them when you go shopping. What do they mean? I'll run through them really quickly. First of all, we've got este, this, este. For example, este estuche, this pencil case. Este estuche. Why am I using este? Simple. Masculine singular. Estuche is el estuche. Therefore, masculine singular, el estuche. Okay? So, este estuche. Esta. What can be esta? What can be esta? The only thing I had to hand. Okay. Esta planta. This plant. Why am I using esta? Because it's feminine singular. La planta. Esta planta. Este estuche. Esta. Este. Simple. This. Both mean the same, but we use different ones, okay? Now, we continue with plural forms. Estos or estas. Estos zapatos, these shoes, estos zapatos. Or estas botas, these boots, okay? These boots are made for walking. All right, so estos zapatos o estas botas, these shoes, los zapatos, I'm using the masculine form, or estas botas, these boots, las botas, feminine plural. So that's it. So far we've seen este, esta, estos, and estas. You don't really need anything more when you go shopping. Obviously, we've got the other demonstratives, ese, esa, esos, esas, when something is further away. But you are normally referring to things that are close by, okay? Near you when you're shopping. Hey, do you have this one? Or do you have these? They're near you, okay? Or they are on your phone, as I said, with a picture. So you don't really need the other demonstratives, okay? And by the way, I always say this. Remember that if you don't know what you're talking about, for example, what's this? You see something in the shop and you're wondering, what on earth is this? What is this? I don't know. What's this? That would be, ¿qué es esto? ¿Qué es esto? I'm not using esta, I'm not using este, I'm using esto. Why? Because you don't know what it is. ¿Qué es esto? Can you hear my dog barking? Evie! Shh! I'm filming. Sabotaging my career before it begins. Este, esta, estos, estas, or esto if you don't know what it is. Let's test if you have understood those demonstratives. For example, if I've got the word camisa, what do you say? Este, esta, estos, or estas? It's an easy one. Camisa, shirt. La camisa, it would be esta camisa. Bien. Seguimos. What about chaqueta? Jacket. Chaqueta. Again, look at the ending. It's an A. So it's singular feminine, so it would be esta chaqueta. Esta chaqueta. Muy bien. Okay, now we've got falda. Skirt. Falda. Again, look at the A ending. Only one. Esta falda. Perfecto. Esta falda. Let's mix it up now. Pantalones. Pantalones. ES ending. So you know it's plural for sure. But is it feminine or masculine? Estos pantalones. Masculine. Estos pantalones. These trousers. Zapatillas. Zapatillas. We use this word differently depending on the country. In Spain, zapatillas normally means trainers, okay? Zapatillas de deporte. But it can also mean zapatillas de andar por casa. Slippers. Slippers. Okay, estas zapatillas. Perfecto. Seguimos con abrigo. Abrigo. Coat. Abrigo. What would you say? Este abrigo. This coat. Este abrigo. Zapatos. Zapatos. Notice how I say zapatos? Because I'm from Spain. From Madrid, I say zapatos. The Z sound. Zapatos. However, in South America, Latin American countries, and even the south of Spain in some places, they say zapatos. Zapatos. What is it? Estos zapatos. These shoes. Vestido. I've said this one before. El vestido. Este vestido. This dress. Este vestido. And let's do one more. Botas. Botas. Estas botas. Hablemos de tallas. Let's talk about sizes. Not that they matter, but they do if you're learning a new language. We've got pequeño, pequeña, small, mediano, mediana, medium, and then we've got grande, big. However, in most of the etiquetas, the tags, etc., as you know, they label them in English all the time. So you find S, M, and large, or X, or XS for extra small, extra large, the same. So that's pretty straightforward. But if you want to ask for a size in particular, you do need to know the size you do normally refer to the names in Spanish. Or you can even say the letters referring to the name of the size in English, but you say them in Spanish. I'll give you an example. Hola, ¿tenéis la talla S? Do you have size S? I'm not saying pequeña, I'm just saying size S. Are they going to understand me? Yes, because I say S in Spanish, okay? ¿Tienes la talla S? ¿La talla M? O la talla L? S-M-L. Another option for you. Sometimes we don't have that easy option and we need to know the numbers, los números. If you don't know that, make sure that you have a look at my video on the numbers, los números. But for the sizes, we normally need numbers between, I don't know, 30 and 50, 30 and 50, at least in Spain. So we've got, for example, I am 36, 38, depending, okay? So 36, 38, 36, 38 in terms of clothes. And then you've got the shoe sizes, in which I am a 37, 37. So I would ask, hola, ¿tenéis estos pantalones en la 36? Por ejemplo, do you have these trousers, estos pantalones en la 36? I don't need to say the word talla, I can just say 36. That does the job. I don't need to specify talla, it's already understood in the context. So, ¿tenéis estos pantalones en la 38, 36? Or if I'm getting some shoes, hola, ¿tenéis estos zapatos en la 37? Do you have these shoes in a size 37? In England, sizes are a lot smaller, the numbers are a lot easier. I'm a size 4, 4 in England, so la talla 4. By some kind of miracle, the member of staff, la chica de la tienda o el chico de la tienda, te dice que sí. They say, yes, we have it. Sí, lo tenemos. They normally say, Ana, ¿tenemos los zapatos en la 37? Gracias. Sí, están en almacén. Okay, so if for some kind of miracle they actually have them in store, in el almacén, or whatever they have them in the shop, you go and you say, ¿me los puedes enseñar? Can you show them to me? Or you might even ask, ¿me los puedo probar? Okay, can I try them on? Me lo puedo probar, me los puedo probar. During the pandemic, this was a bit complicated because you were not allowed to try clothes in many of the shops. So I used to go in and ask. I remember when I traveled to Madrid in one of my first trips during the pandemic, I said, hola, ¿me lo puedo probar? Me lo puedo probar. I had a few clothes and I said, me las puedo probar? Can I try them on? And they say, no, lo siento, los probadores están cerrados. No, sorry, the fitting rooms are closed. No, lo siento, los probadores están cerrados. Or sometimes they just give you the item, sí, lo tenemos, aquí tienes. Here you go, and you say, gracias, me lo voy a probar. I'm going to try it on. You don't even need to ask. Me lo voy a probar. I'm going to try it on. Me lo voy a probar, or me los voy a probar if it's plural, me la voy a probar if it's feminine. That's what you need to be thinking, okay? You need to be thinking of the item of clothing that you're going to do something with and just adapt the determiners or the demonstrative pronouns that you're using on there, okay? But wait a minute. ¿Dónde están los probadores? Where are the fitting rooms? Sometimes you need to ask that. So, ¿dónde están los probadores? I'm the worst for this. The sign can be in front of me, this big, and I'm like, perdona, ¿los probadores? ¿Dónde están los probadores? And the girl is like, ahí, there they are. You get to the probadores and they always ask you, there's always normally a girl or a boy at the front and they ask you, ¿cuántas prendas llevas? ¿Cuántas prendas llevas? How many items of clothing, how many items do you have? ¿Cuántas prendas llevas? And I normally count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, normally el máximo son 6. The maximum is 6. So I say 6, vale, pasa, or menos de 6. If you've got more than 6, más de 6, they tell you, te dicen, solo puedes pasar 6. You can only take in 6. In which case I normally just go, okay, I'm sacrificing these ones, I'm leaving them with you. Te las dejo aquí. I'll leave them with you. Te las dejo aquí. You are in the fitting rooms and you realize, oh no, these trousers are too small, or this dress is way too big. What do you do if there's no one around you to help you out and bring you the size that you need? You ask whoever is at the probadores in the fitting room. So you ask them and you say, perdona, you pop your head through that curtain. Perdona, ¿me puedes traer este vestido? Can you bring me? ¿Me puedes traer? That's the key word. ¿Me puedes traer? Then the item of clothing, en la talla, in the size, like we said it before. ¿Me puedes traer este vestido en una talla más? In one more size of this dress. Or ¿me puedes traer estos pantalones en una talla menos or una talla más? So one more size, una talla más, one size up, or una talla menos, one size less, one size smaller. Something is very tight, you're going to say, me queda muy apretado. It's very tight, okay? Me queda demasiado justo. It's too tight. Me queda, it fits me, me queda very tight, muy apretado, or demasiado justo, too tight. And that's when you ask, ¿puedes traerme una talla más? Can you bring me one size up, please? One more size? One size bigger? Or the opposite can happen to you. Me queda muy grande. It's too big for me. Me queda muy grande. ¿Puedes traerme una talla menos? Can you bring me one size less? One size smaller? Mission accomplished. You have tried on your trousers, your dress, whatever you had, pantalones, vestido, camiseta, and you're happy to go. You tell the shopping assistant that you're taking this item, but maybe you're leaving this other one because you didn't like it. Whatever. Leaving the fitting rooms. Hola, me quedo con esto. Me lo llevo. I'm keeping it. Dejo esto. I'm leaving this. Dejo esto. ¿Vale? I'm keeping it. I'm leaving it. Or you could do like me most of the time and say, me lo llevo todo. I'm keeping everything. Asking for the price. Preguntar el precio. Muy importante. 2 questions for you. ¿Cuánto cuesta? How much does it cost? Or ¿cuánto es? How much is it? I normally use cuánto cuesta when I'm referring to specific item of clothing. Perdona, ¿cuánto cuesta esta camiseta? What's the price of this t-shirt? No tiene etiqueta. It doesn't have a tag on it. ¿Vale? ¿Cuánto cuesta? Or if I'm just doing the total, I can just say, ¿cuánto es? How much is it in total? Okay? ¿Cuánto es? ¿Cuánto cuesta? Very, very similar meanings. And finally, we've reached the till moment. El momento de la caja. El momento para pagar. In very small shops, stools, like markets and things like that, you may want to ask, ¿puedo pagar con tarjeta? Can I pay by card? Because not all places have this. Most places do nowadays, but some of them don't. So it's always good to ask, ¿puedo pagar con tarjeta? In big shops, like, I don't know, I'm going to use the Zara example, Spanish Zara. You just go straight ahead and pagas with whichever way you want to pay, okay? Pagar con tarjeta. So remember, puedo pagar con tarjeta o en efectivo, or with cash, okay? They might say, solo en efectivo, por favor, only by cash, please. Or they might say, sí, claro, puedes pagar con tarjeta, no hay problema. You can pay by card, there's no problem at all. Another way of asking that is, acepta or aceptas tarjeta? Do you take card? ¿Aceptáis tarjetas? And that's it, I've got all my clothes ready to go. And I just need to say, aquí tiene. Here you go. Aquí tiene. Oh, something that I almost forgot and that gives me anxiety sometimes when I'm in shops and I don't understand them because they are speaking quite quietly. They ask if you have a loyalty card or something like that. For example, ¿tienes la tarjeta de Mango? ¿Tienes la tarjeta de cliente ta ta ta? And I just say, no. no tengo. Okay? So that's it. That's the only surprise you might get. And that's it. Ya está. Now coge tu tarjeta, grab your card y vete de compras. But before that, if you've really liked this video and you're enjoying my channel, please don't forget to suscribirte and click the like button. Muchas gracias. Hasta luego y felices compras. Happy shopping.